came up from Bedford to Carlisle on Thursday, 270 miles. Stayed at Carlisle last night. It's Friday morning and we're at Edinburgh because we came from Carlisle to Edinburgh on the train and we're at Edinburgh Castle. Had a lovely Valentine's Day lunch, but then on Saturday morning it was a full English breakfast at the super new start venue before we were off on the trial. We're in the queue now for Castlegate Lane. It's drizzly but not too wet, but probably the sections are going to be pretty muddy. One or two people actually had trouble finding this section, but fortunately we knew where it was. No video on this one for technical problems, but the section was really all about pretty deep ruts, but if you could get through them it wasn't too bad.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A long wait for Route Romp, which is pretty usual really, because it's a couple of minutes to actually get up the section. I was quite pleased we didn't have to do the restart the higher classes had to do, but we did have to do this very sticky deviation, and I was quite delighted that we didn't hit a tree. Bloody hell. Oh, exhausted.
Just watch that stump, you aware of that?
Which one's that?
Right here in front of your nose. Can you just see it just there?
Oh yeah.
It's a solid piece of wood.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah,
Thank
cheers.
you. Thank you.
Although we got up Brown's Challenge okay, we got stuck trying to turn round at the top to come back down, and during the course of the Land Rover tow the steering got a bit bent, but we decided to press on anyway. And the marshal was talking about a stump. Well, half of that was embedded in the front tyre. never cleaned that before. Wow, we nearly went over the edge there. Straight on now, isn't it? Ready? You okay?
Yeah, just whenever you're ready.
Right.
It's steamed up. Do you want this window down?
That's right. I can't see where it goes. This was a new section for the Northern Trial, and just in front there, that's Dave Cook on the left, very sensibly taking cover behind a tree because no one was sure how deep the ruts were and what would stop us plunging down the slope to the side. I reckon had I booted it a bit more we'd have got further, but I was pleased with the 3. Right, that's as far as we're getting. Yeah, we got a lump of wood in the tyre.
Right. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
You want to stay up with me?
No, there's a tube in it.
Ah, good. Right.
Right, okay, cheers.
Cheers.
As you can see, the snow had started to settle as we went up Darling Howe, which is a fantastic long section. It's really in 2 halves. This first bit isn't too bad, but then after the cross track that we're going to come to in a minute, it's pretty stony and you'll be able to hear the rocks battering the underside of the car. Section. We've got to be, haven't we? No, I didn't see the section end, but we've got to be out of it.
Okay.
Just like I remembered it. Sorry? Yeah, that's why I put the tyres right up for ground clearance. We're about halfway through the trial now, and we're in the Whinlatter Forest Complex, and we're on the way to Ullister Hill. No Lord Seat this year for reasons of a fallen tree. Quite a bit of snow still, but it's wet and slushy. We're in a queue here for Alistair Hill, waiting because I think a car's got into trouble and they're having to have a Land Rover because it's sort of on it a bit on its side. It's always a problem here because the sections won't, you have to reverse down. Bit of snow, unfortunately it's an awful cold wet snow. We're still going. We dropped a few on that new hill, but other than that I think that we're clean. Bloody steering's bent because I think the Land Rover tug on getting out of Brown's Challenge bent the steering a bit, but I think it's okay to continue.
Right, when you're ready.
Okay, ready, Chris? We were going like a train, but when it came to the very top I chickened out for fear of slipping sideways like Chris Maris. This bottom corner wasn't that easy and there were quite a few failures, even Dean Partington as he got his pressures wrong, and in fact that cost him the trial. We're out of the Windlatter complex now and going to what will be the last forestry. We punctured on Alistair Hill, got a 1 though, so that wasn't too bad, and we gave us a 1 on 24, although I know we really cleaned it, but as long as he marked everybody the same, that's okay. Steering's knocked out going back, as I said, on Brown's Challenge, but it feels okay, and no reason why we can't carry on, sort that out when we get home. And guess what? Now we've come down from the hills, there's no snow and no rain either, so we may dry out and get a bit warmer. Hello. Yeah.
If you want to start with your front wheels on the line between the two acorns, you can. That'll give you the most run, obviously.
Okay, I can do that, yeah, alright.
But if you go into the box,
yeah,
and stop, that is then your start place, and you cannot come back.
Right, I've got you. I'd like to start in the front wheels on AA, if that's okay.
That's your best run, I would.
Yeah. I didn't get up this bank last year, so
Don't be like that.
I'm glad it stopped raining for you.
Yeah, well it was earlier.
Yeah. Well, it's not very nice, and we really appreciate you standing out and getting cold and wet for us. All right. Cheers.
Do your bit down again.
Cheers.
Okay.
Pleased with that. Have to back down the black hole, and we got this tree root embedded between the sump and the sump guard and needed a Land Rover tow.
Okay, and off you go.
There were penalties for hitting the cones, and it was a little bit tight. I didn't put the car in a very good position, and I only just managed to manoeuvre so that I didn't hit them and also miss the tree.
Over there, well, you didn't hit the tree, which is...
The yellows and reds didn't do this section, and Dave Cook, who you can see in front, said that if I got off the start line I'd also get off the restart. Now, I'm the world's very worst restarter, but I just managed it. In fact, I was actually the only person to get away.
Easy, wasn't it? Thank you.
That's it, Sandown done, the end of our northern trial. We cleaned some, we failed a few, we bent the steering, we had a puncture, we got underneath Mike Chatwin's car to see if we could help him fix it. I've never been so muddy in a trial in my life. We've been cold, wet, hot, it's been bloody good.